What's going on, guys? It's time for another episode of Rock Talk. And if you see the shirt, you know what time it is. Guys, today we're talking about one of my all-time favorite albums, one of my all-time favorite bands. Of course, we are talking about Lynyrd Skynyrd. Guys, today we're covering their debut studio album, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd. And obviously, here's the cover of it. The back, the inside, we see a bunch of lyrics, talks about the different members. Okay, so this was released on August 13th, 1973 by Geffen Records. We have to talk about a lot of things, not just this album. Of course, we're going to be talking about the individual songs and everything that makes this album so great, but on top of that, just the band in general. What an amazing and awesome band Lynyrd Skynyrd is. All right, so on lead vocals, the iconic, legendary Ronnie Van Zant, who of course is can never be replaced for the Southern rock lead singing person. Ronnie Van Zant exemplifies the position that from the lyrics to the stage presence to the just being a lead singer, taking that in a band and having a vision. I mean, he's a visionary, so he was able to really kind of haul the troops together and really command his ship to move in the way that he saw his vision. It was just unbelievable. So Ronnie Van Zant, unbelievable. Gary Rossington, one of my personal favorite guitar players. I love his work, of course, on Freebird. I love his work on so many songs. He just has that kind of that percussive, kind of bluesy feel that I love in guitar players. Gary Rossington, fantastic. Of course, Allen Collins. This guy is spectacular. If you ever, go on YouTube and watch Lynyrd Skynyrd playing live. These guys are a unit. They're tight. Everyone just mixes together well. The bass player is matching the drummer, and the drummer matches the guitar player, and the guitar player is with the singer and the piano and the unbelievable. Okay, so Allen Collins able to do these ridiculous, crazy, shreddy guitar licks that are just out of this world. Of course, I've seen Allen Collins. When I think about Allen Collins, I think about the Firebird guitar. I don't know about you guys. I know he's played other guitars, but the Firebird, when I think of that guitar, I live close to. When I go to the Gibson, Gibson garage, and I walk in there and I see the Firebirds, immediately I think about Allen Collins. Unbelievable. Of course, you got Ed King, who we would think about. A lot of people think about Ed King, and they think about the Sweet Home Alabama, on Sweet Home Alabama. But actually, in this album, for the most part, he played bass, which is really cool. He did play lead guitar on Mississippi Kid and Tuesday's Gone, both unbelievable songs. You got Billy Powell on keys, who is such a cool. Bands that have really good keyboard players, I think it's just phenomenal. I think it adds to the atmosphere of the band. It gives it a whole new dimension when you have a keyboard player. And of course, that Southern rock, that sort of that bluesy style, he's able to, it's just his piano work is next level. Robert Burns was the drummer on this record. You got Leon Wilkerson, bass, and also helping with the composition of these songs. And then we got Roosevelt Gook, who played bass, melotone, and of course was backup harmony and helped out with the rest of this album. Okay, so to go straight down now, song by song. Here's the crazy thing about this album. When I think about albums, sort of the soft, sweet spot is sort of 10 to 12 songs. That's just kind of like the average, at least in the rock genre. You see a lot of albums, 10 to 12 songs. That's an album, about 5 to 6 EP. But this is only 8 songs. but they are massive songs that take up, and the writing of it. Of course, the length of some of these songs are longer than your typical rock and roll 3-4 minute sort of mark. Some of these pushing 6 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that. So 8 songs for this album works perfectly, and it's just fantastic. Okay, so opens with I Ain't the One, which of course is just this great like southern rock, just right off the bat, just kind of get to the point, this is what we sound like kind of a song. Okay, it goes straight into Tuesday's Gone, which, again, you're talking about bands, this is the debut record. I talked in my other Rock Talk videos that so many bands, like, for instance, for me, now this is, I personally feel this way, Led Zeppelin, first 2 records, they're great. They are passionate, young, hungry, come out, and they want to kick people in the teeth. But the 3rd record is where, in my opinion, you start really hearing, how does Led Zeppelin really sound, though? What do they really sound like? These guys, they hit their, this is basically a greatest hits. That's how insane a debut record this is. They come out, I mean, Tuesday's Gone is on this, which is just unbelievable. And there's strings in it. There's orchestra. There's all this stuff involved. For a debut record, the songwriting is outstanding. Of course, lyrically, love this song as well. Okay, it goes into Give Me 3 Steps. Riffs. The guitar riff in rock music is just as iconic as the songs themselves. Guitar riffs are something that, you know, the whole band, especially on this, like Give Me 3 Steps, they just all get in there together and they hit it all together and the band sounds tight and it sounds full and it sounds crazy through the speakers. Like, it's just a rockin', killin' song. Love it. Right after that goes into Simple Man. Another, you know, outstanding classic of a song that is just this monster track. Of course, and it's been covered all over the world by so many bands, including the great band like Shinedown did a cover of this, which is outstanding. If you haven't heard Shinedown's cover of Simple Man, go check that out. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer, Lynyrd Skynyrd or Shinedown version of Simple Man. I'd love to know. Okay, then it goes right into Things Go On, which is, this is another classic, you know, sort of based in blues, sort of a southern rock track that is just outstanding. And then we go straight into Mississippi Kid, which is sort of, they strip away the electric, the heavy drums, the big bass, you know, they kind of take all that away and they kind of drop it down and they play acoustic guitars. And this is really about the lyrics. And this is really about the feel. And of course, Ronnie's voice is just outstanding on this song. And then it goes into Poison Whiskey. Again, this is another riff song, just really slamming. And to finish this monster album, we have to finish it with a monster song. That song, almost as famous as the national anthem at this point, Freebird. This is, to me, Freebird is like if you're playing a game, Freebird's the final boss. Freebird is the song that, like, at least for me, like, I'm a guitar player for any instrument. I don't even care. It could be the drums, it could be the keys, it could be the whatever. This is the song you want to play. Like, if you could play Freebird, that's it. Like, you're set. You don't need to do anything else. You walk on a stage, play one song, play Freebird, walk off. They'll throw you roses. This song is unbelievable. And yes, almost at most of my shows, I get the guy in the back, play Freebird. It's just how it is. This song is so iconic across the globe. I have had the honor to see Lynyrd Skynyrd in concert, and I've seen this song live. And I just remember, this is not one of those songs that you're just like dancing to, at least me. I was in awe. I mean, I'm just standing there like, you know, staring at this band delivering this just monster classic of a song. It was just unbelievable. Sort of the energy in that room was, couldn't be touched. Lynyrd Skynyrd is an iconic band. Iconic. This album is iconic. If you do not have a copy of Pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd, go on Amazon, go to your local record store, most importantly, and pick up a copy for yourself. You will not be disappointed. It is a great listen, front to back, both sides. Unbelievable. So here's the other thing, and I just really want to touch this quickly. I know I've already ran the clock pretty long here on this one, but Ronnie Van Zant is a phenomenal lead singer. His little brother, Johnny Van Zant, unfortunately, when the plane crash did happen, many members passed away. Johnny Van Zant has done such a phenomenal job, in my personal opinion, at picking up the pieces and moving forward and carrying the name with honor. That is what I will say about Johnny Van Zant. When I saw Skynyrd, it was with Johnny. It was the new Skynyrd. I loved it. In fact, I do have one of their albums, which I definitely will review. Oh my God, why can't I think of this right now? God and Guns. I have the God and Guns record, and I love that album, and I will definitely review that. But it's actually really fun to think about sort of how the band sounds so different with both versions. There's so much to unpack. If this is like the first time you're kind of just getting into Skynyrd in general, the range is like unmatched. Like there's sort of really heavy songs, and then you could break it down to a Mississippi Kid where it's almost bluegrass. Like there's such a diverse sort of spectrum between in this band, the songwriting, the lyrics, the guitar playing, the keyboard playing, the bass playing, the just everything about this album is so great. So if you have not heard Lynyrd Skynyrd, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd, please go get yourself a copy today. Listen to it. Once again, guys, I have such an amazing time recording these videos, talking about some of the greatest albums that have inspired me to do what I do today. Every time I do one of these albums, I literally sit here and I listen to the whole album through, and just sort of gets me prepped and sort of mind ready to talk about it and discuss it with each and every one of you. So, it's so fun going on this journey with you guys. It's outstanding. So, thank you once again for the support, for, liking, sharing, subscribing, whatever you got to do. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. And once again, thank you for listening to another episode of Rock Talk.